My beloved child, listen carefully, for time is no longer something to waste. You are standing at the edge of a turning point, not just for your life, but for this world. Heaven has spoken, judgments are being weighed, and your response carries eternal weight. This is not a distant warning for someone else. This is your moment to choose, to awaken, to act. What I reveal to you now is not merely for reflection, it is for decision, a decision that must be made now. Do not delay, do not turn away. Do not assume tomorrow will come, for as you hear my voice in this very moment, you are being given one of the most sacred chances of your life to shift history, to step into purpose, and to be delivered from what lies ahead. Stay with me until the very last word, and you will see that what I speak now will change everything. Those who rise in my name, those who step into prayer, who do more than speak of faith but genuinely live by it. These are the ones who can transform their destinies. Expand your heart and listen carefully, for I am unveiling a significant truth to you, a revelation pronounced in heaven, a grand verdict under review in the heavenly courts. This world is entering a defining moment, a crossroads that may seal the fate of many. Now everything hinges on how you, with your own heart, choose to respond. Oh, my child, do not suppose that everything is fixed, immovable. Do not assume that humanity's fate is chiseled into unchanging stone. I am the Almighty, the one presiding over all of creation, the master of time, and I hold the power to alter what is to come. I can override what has been decreed. I can erase what appears irreversible to the world. Yet I require you to listen. I need you to hear, not only with your ears, but with an open heart and a humble spirit, ready to obey. My child, there are plans I have set, but I do not act capriciously. I attend to the prayers of my children. I observe their hearts. I search for those who stand aligned with me, who call upon my name, who earnestly plead for my mercy to cover this earth. For I am not only a God of justice, but also a God of compassion. If you turn to me, if you return to me, if you choose to stand in the gap on behalf of my people, I will respond. Recall what has transpired throughout history. When the people of Nineveh repented and implored forgiveness, I withheld my judgment. When Moses intervened for Israel, I did not wipe them out. When David humbled himself, I extended mercy and brought about restoration. I am not a God who refuses to pivot. I am a God who heeds and answers those who earnestly seek me with contrite, repentant hearts. Listen closely, for these are not hollow statements. Destruction has been decreed. A storm is rising, a mighty upheaval approaches. The world has sown countless seeds of wrongdoing, and the harvest of these deeds is looming. Yet before the worst arrives, before the blackest days descend upon mankind, I am still calling out to you. Yes, even now I summon you, because there is still hope, still a possibility of revising the course of history, still a route to reverse what is on the horizon. My child, I am not the God of devastation. I do not delight in judgment. I long for redemption. I do not wish to see humanity brought low. I yearn for their salvation. However, this world has remained distant from me for far too long. People have spurned my presence, closed their ears to my words, and hardened their hearts against my summons. They have chosen their own roads, soaked in conceit, deceit, greed, and sin. They have forgotten that I alone grant life, severing themselves from me. But my child, realize this. Even in the deepest darkness, my love endures. Even on the brink of judgment, my mercy is unextinguished. A route out of destruction still exists. A path remains that can shift the outcome. But it does not come from humans. It does not arise from political powers, nor does it stem from the rationale of this world. Such a route is only found in me, through true repentance, through seeking me sincerely, through humbly returning to the one who formed you. My child, do not regard this as an empty threat. It is not meant to terrify you. It is a summons of love, an appeal of grace, a last chance to reshape everything. But remember that time is running short. The gate of mercy remains ajar, but it will not stay open indefinitely. When that day dawns, when destruction advances, those who are not prepared will find no escape. Those who hesitate will not be able to claim they were never warned. My precious child, I am not calling only for your own sake, but also for the souls of others. I do not simply want you to be rescued. I want you to carry salvation into this world. I want you to arise and radiate in the midst of the gloom. I want you to intercede for those who continue slumbering. I want you to fill the breach, to restrain my fury from striking those who remain unprepared. For your prayers have might. Your repentance can shape the fate of multitudes. If you rise, if you pray, if you pursue me wholeheartedly, I can undo what has been established. I can postpone judgment. I can herald a fresh season, a renewed opening, a surge of revival, before it all comes to an end. But my child, do not defer until tomorrow. Do not imagine that you can stall. Do not believe you can carry on as always, ignoring my words. Time does not stand idle. The coming days will be unlike those you have known before. Turmoil will grow, signs will manifest more plainly, and those who remain spiritually asleep will be swept away by this world's undertow. Do you realize how many have disregarded this summons? They turn aside, not because they never heard it, but because they choose to dismiss it. They get engrossed in the haste of life, consumed by fleeting passions, assuming plenty of time remains, that tomorrow will always be there for deliberation. Yet when the storm abruptly arrives, when shadows envelop them, and nothing remains to cling to, they discover, too late, that they have let slip the most vital matter. By then, it might already be too late. The opening I extended to them was not infinite, and not everyone is granted another opportunity to return. But you, my beloved child, you are not one of them. You are not someone who only comes to your senses when it has all fallen apart. You need not wait for suffering to knock at your door, for everything to shatter, to grasp that I have been waiting for you all along. Right here, in this instant, as you read these lines, I am unveiling a pathway before you. It is not one of dread or sorrow, but of refuge, serenity, and brilliance. Have you ever asked why trials befall you? Why at times you feel adrift though you have striven with all your might? Perhaps you have searched for solutions in the wrong domains. This world can promise you many things, but they are illusion. The possessions or pursuits you believe will grant fulfillment. The things you imagine will complete you. Do these truly give you lasting peace? Or do they merely satisfy your emptiness for a moment, leaving you even emptier when they vanish? I do not wish for you to suffer needlessly. I do not wish for you to lose your footing before you discover your path back. That is not my desire for your life. I am summoning you now, while your power to choose remains, while you can still walk the route I have set out for you, without enduring avoidable hardships. But the choice is yours. Will you heed me? Are you ready to entrust yourself to me before the storm descends? If you insist on continuing the route you are on, I will be unable to intervene in what is coming. I have presented you with two ways, and I have called you back into the light. But if you cleave to your current path, I will not compel you to pause. Free will is the gift I bestowed on you from creation's dawn, and I shall never strip it away. Yet you must recognize, every path leads somewhere, and if you press ahead without letting me guide you, you will find yourself in a place you never intended to reach. That which has been foreseen, that which has been forewarned, will not be postponed endlessly. The world is on course for a time when hidden things will be uncovered, and the impossible will become reality. Waves of turmoil and darkness have begun their ascent. Yet despite it all, I still reach out, waiting for you to rest your trust in me. For if you let me lead, if you choose to turn away from deception and come back to me, all can change. The judgment has been recorded, but has not yet been carried out. An avenue of escape remains open before you. If you turn around, if you lean on me, I will revoke what was slated to occur. The malevolence that dark powers conspired to unleash upon you will be nullified. The shackles you remain unaware of will be broken. Walls that seemed indestructible will collapse. Yes, my beloved, what you considered inevitable will lose its power over you. I will intervene, and every fetter will be torn apart. Can you envision it? a liberation not only for your mind but for every facet of your life. You will walk free from the weight of past burdens, no longer plagued by bygone sorrows, no longer fretful for the future. You will stand on unshakable ground that the world cannot topple. Once I liberate you, you will truly be free, but you must choose. I cannot pluck you from where you are if you stubbornly cling to it. I cannot guide you if you refuse to take my hand. This invitation is not casual. It is decisive. When you put your faith in me, you do more than shift your own destiny. You also affect the lives of those around you. Because once I move in your circumstances, your redemption will shine like a beacon, guiding others who still wander lost. You will see evil eradicated. The agents determined to harm you will be vanquished before your eyes. What once anchored you in darkness will be dispelled by my radiance. And you will not be a mere spectator. You will stand in the midst of it. You will embark on a new season, a new chapter of your life, where you will witness me at work through miraculous acts and in the most ordinary moments of each day. My beloved child, never think I am distant or that I only manifest in grand, mighty interventions. I reside in the smallest details of your existence. When you awaken each morning and breathe your first breath, that is me. When you tread your path and sense calm amid the tempest, that is me. When you lift your head and perceive you are no longer bound by prior chains, that is my handiwork. Yet the moment to decide is now. Do not delay until tomorrow. Do not assure yourself you can wait a bit longer, for each passing day draws you closer to the fulfillment of what has been decreed. However, if you turn back now, if you place all in my hands, you will be delivered in ways you never thought possible. You will shed your old self. Darkness will no longer close you in, nor will fear seize command of you. You will become a new creation, resilient, unwavering, filled with light. The troubles that once tormented you will lose their hold. The yoke that pressed heavily on your shoulders will no longer weigh you down. You will move in a genuine freedom that only I bestow. I am calling to you this moment. Hear me. Respond. Allow me to lead you to a place of security. Once you choose to let me steer you, you will never need to look back. Then you will discover yourself standing on the mountaintop, gazing upon the chains that once confined you, recognizing you have been truly liberated. How will you respond? Will you persist on the old route where I cannot defend you, or will you run into my embrace, where you will find absolute safety? The door remains open, but not without end. Enter before it shuts. For once you step through, you will not only behold your own salvation, but also witness the triumph of light against darkness. And then you will comprehend you have genuinely been redeemed. Oh, my cherished child, heed my voice clearly at this juncture. This is not an appeal that can wait for tomorrow. This is not something you can gloss over or dismiss. This is an urgent cry, a fervent warning you cannot ignore. I am reaching out to you right now, this very second, and you must decide today how you will react to my words. My child, there is no more space for indecision, no more leeway for doubt, no margin for further delay. What I have proclaimed has been established in heaven. What is coming is no longer a distant possibility. It is nearer than you believe. What has been ordained will unfold. But oh, my child, if you live obediently, if you completely trust me, if you heed my direction, I can transform it. I can bestow mercy. I can overthrow what the world deems irreversible. Yet if I do not intervene, if no one stands in the breach, if no one takes the position I have marked for them, then when that appointed time arrives, further chances will not be granted. My child, this is a struggle that demands your attention. This is not the hour to remain embedded in familiar routines, pretending you have boundless time. There is no more time to say you are not prepared. There is no more time to plan on seeking me at a later date, for that day is not assured to you. You do not know what tomorrow conceals. You do not know what looms. But I do, and I am cautioning you now so you will not be swept away by what lies ahead, unready. My child, behold the state of the world. Do you perceive it? Signs abound. The words I uttered are materializing daily. The world trembles, and the robust structures once deemed unassailable are collapsing. Everything wavers, and you sense it. But understand, this is more than mere environmental unrest, more than the typical turbulence of historical cycles. This is a heavenly reordering. Now is the time when I am dividing those who are mine from those who are not. This is the moment when every soul must determine which path they choose. You cannot remain neutral. You cannot live in compromise. You cannot hang on to the world while expecting my covering. It is time to choose, my child. Should you desire my intervention, should you yearn for miracles, should you aspire to enter a fresh season, you must resolve to decide now. I cannot intervene while you cling to what I have told you to release. I cannot transform your situation while you grip the very things that lure you away from me. I cannot bless you if your hands remain closed. But if you release all to me, if you believe, if you yield, you will witness my might at work. You will observe wonders you have never previously known. You will enter a dimension of liberty you have never experienced before. My child, do not let your heart be hardened to my voice. Do not let apathy rob you of this window of grace. You may presume you still have time, but that illusion can strip you of the opening before you. Do not let yourself look back with remorse for disregarding my summons. Do not face the coming days lacking my safeguard, for what lies ahead will be formidable. There will be hardships, purifications, and tremors. However, my child, those who dwell in me will remain unshaken. Those who have readied themselves will not be carried off by the chaos. Those who heed my instruction will stride in serenity while the world quakes around them. My child, always remember, I am no God of terror. I am a God of refuge. I do not speak so you might panic, but that you may prepare. I do not address you to incite anxiety, but to establish you. I do not forewarn you so you would fear, but so you know I still reign over every sphere. But you must follow obediently, relying on me. You must give me your entire heart, permitting me to guide you as you ought to go. My child, do not linger. Arise, pray, awaken your soul. Let my spirit fill you. Let me spark the fire inside you so you might walk with clarity, stamina, and preparedness. Let not your days slip away in futility. Do not allow the noise of life to distract you from what genuinely counts. This is your appointed time. This is the moment I want you to seize. This is your chance to step into a greater destiny, a more profound wholeness, a closer communion with me. I do not speak to instill fright in your heart, but to rouse you to truth, so you will not be among those who lament when it is too late. Many only grasp the severity of things after tragedy has struck, when what they hold dear is taken away, when they recall all the warnings they ignored. They neglected their opportunities to repent. They disregarded the countless moments I reached out to them. They only begin to cry to me when all collapses, when nothing is left to depend on, when they see that everything they relied on could never save them. But by then, it is often too late. Not because I refuse to answer, but because their hearts have been rigid for too long, so numb that they no longer hear my voice. But my child, that is not your fate. You need not endure hardship just to wake up. You need not taste loss to recognize my call. You need not walk a road of tears just to realize how much time you have squandered. Now, in this very hour, I summon you to shed delay, to set aside indifference, to break free from the hesitation that has dwelt in your spirit for too long. My child, are you aware of the most precious thing of all? It is opportunity. And now in your hands, you hold an opportunity that many have longed for, but could never grasp. Uncountable souls squandered their moment, letting their days drift by without ever noticing that I was there, ever present, calling and waiting for them. So many wished for just a second chance to right their wrongs, to walk the correct path, but time marched on. My child, you are not in their place. You still have time. You still have a choice. You may still proceed into the light I have set before you, but you must act immediately. This door will not remain forever open. The gate of grace does not stay open at all times. There are moments when I wait patiently, but also times when the door must shut. And my child, when that door closes, will you be safe inside, or will you be on the outside? Do not gamble with your future. Do not allow the day to come where you look back in regret for not embracing my invitation sooner. My child, think on this. If you could look upon tomorrow, how would it change today? If you knew now that my words stand certain, would you still procrastinate? If you could see the fate of those who refuse their chance, would you treat these words so casually? Stir yourself. Open your eyes to the events unfolding. Each sign, each occurrence, each shift in society proclaims the coming day. Yet not everyone discerns it. Not everyone is ready to heed it. What about you? Will you watch and respond, or will you bide your time until it becomes too late? My child, my call is not that you live frightened. I do not ask you to dwell in dread. I want you to be prepared. I want you to ready yourself. I want you to delve into profound fellowship with me, so that when that day comes, you will not stand as a mere observer. You will stand firm amidst the turmoil. Those who are prepared will not waver. Those who have built upon me will not be washed away. Those who stand ready will not be caught unawares. Yet, my child, bear in mind, such readiness is not achieved instantly. Being grounded in me is not built overnight. It must be fostered, refined, and sustained daily. This is not the occasion to seek me only when you are in need. Then forget me in times of peace. This is the season to establish a deep bond with me, to learn to recognize my voice, to walk under the leading of my spirit. My cherished child, do not let anything hinder your progress. Do not allow fear to paralyze you. Do not let doubts cloud the purpose I have placed in your life. If I have planted this calling in your heart, if I have spoken to you, then you require no further proof. Have faith, press onward. Let trust guide you into preparedness. As you journey with me, you will see doors swing open before you. You will witness miracles unfold in your daily life. You will witness my power manifesting in ways you never dreamed possible. My dear child, I have already drawn a path for you, but you must choose to walk in it. You must obey. You must step onto the way I appointed for you since before time began. If you do, you will evade what is coming, and you will also discover a brand new life, a life overflowing with blessings, more expansive than anything you believed attainable. My precious child, I have beheld you from your very first step. I have witnessed your every moment, listened to your most silent thoughts, felt every emotion stirring in your heart. Nothing about you is hidden from me. Not a single segment of your life has slipped my notice. I know all you have endured, every struggle, every decision. I know the wounds you carry, the bruises you dare not mention, the memories you strive to bury. I know the times you have felt stranded, the moments you have doubted your direction, the instances when you questioned my plan for you. I see the wars waging inside you, when you yearn to walk in the light, yet sense a force tugging you toward darkness. My child, I observe your burdens. I am aware of the worries you keep locked away, the silent fears that make you cast your gaze downward. Yes, there are days when exhaustion consumes you, when you consider surrendering, when you wish you could just halt your journey altogether. There are hours when you distrust yourself, distrust your path, or even doubt the blueprint I have set for you. I observe your hesitations, the moments you advance one step but look back 2 steps, the times you ask yourself if you merit what I have in store. Yet, my child, listen carefully. None of these experiences will be your downfall. You are not fated to be crushed under the weight of your past wrong. You are not a captive of your failures, your flaws, or your terrors. You are not designed to remain shackled to negative cycles. You are not a lost wanderer doomed to perpetual darkness. I did not script your life story to conclude in disappointment. My child, understand, you were never meant to be held captive by the forces pulling you from me. You were not made to live in remorse, imprisoned by your history. I do not see you through the prism of old transgressions. I do not measure you by your shortcomings. Do you know what I see when I fix my gaze on you? I see someone dearly cherished, unconditionally. I see a soul I formed with a sacred purpose. I see a champion, capable of rising after every stumble, a precious child who can break out of the chains of prior bondage and step into authentic freedom. My child, receive my words. No sin lies beyond my power to forgive. No scar runs deeper than my power to mend. No despair is so entrenched that I cannot shatter it. You need not live tethered to what is gone. You need not believe you have gone too far or that you missed your opportunity. You need not hold to the idea that you are unworthy or inadequate to continue. For I have called you, I have selected you, I have ordained a plan higher than anything you could imagine. My child, regard my hands. They are wide open to embrace you. Behold my heart. It still beats with ardor for you. Look at the roads I am placing in front of you. They are not roads of condemnation, but passages toward restoration. They are not roads of desolation, but pathways of promise. They are not roads leading to utter loss, but avenues of redemption. Roads where all you considered lost might be reclaimed. My child, I am fully aware of your tribulations. I know you have staggered, but I also know that your destiny is not perpetual defeat. You were not made to wear chains that do not rightfully belong on you. You were created to exist in my light, to step into the completeness that I have readied. You must choose. You must decide. You must stand and walk away from the traps that keep you down. You must plant your feet on the way I have established for you. If you do, you will witness marvels springing up all around you. My child, there is nothing outside my power. I can unbar the door you believed locked forever. I can lift you from any pit. I can remake you from the inside out, shaping you into an utterly new creation. But you must be willing to live by faith. You must trust that I have fashioned something extraordinary for you. You must have faith that you are not destined for perpetual darkness. You must believe that you are deserving of my love, not because of your own deeds, but because of what I achieved for you. My child, approach me now. Do not stall. Do not allow the voices in your head to convince you to postpone, insisting a perfect moment must come first. Do not let doubt block you from stepping into my grace. Right here, right now, I await you. In this very instant, I am calling you into genuine liberty. Surrender your burdens, your guilt, the unseen shackles restraining you, and come into my arms. My beloved child, none of your past can dictate your future if you trust me with it. No pain can define you if you allow me to heal you. No defeat can imprison you if you allow me to pick you up. Come, let me shape the next chapters of your life. You will learn your journey's end is not darkness, not tragedy, not ruin, but triumph, life, and my own glory, which I am ready to reveal. My beloved child, raise your eyes and listen carefully, for I am unveiling a truth you must not dismiss. The adversary has orchestrated his battlefield with precision, devising every move to ensnare you in the trap he has laid. He does not act rashly or noisily or with obvious threats, but with subtle manipulations, drawing you step by tiny step, luring you down a path that appears safe, but in truth ends in a dangerous gulf you do not yet discern. My child, know that your adversary rarely appears monstrous from the start. He does not arrive wearing a face of ruin, but cloaks himself behind illusions of normalcy, in the slightest temptation, in the seemingly harmless concessions you make. He does not hurl you into ruin at once. He guides you gradually, bit by bit, so that you fail to notice the distance growing between you and the path I gave you. He implants seeds of skepticism, fueling uncertainties about my presence. He keeps you so occupied that you can barely find moments to pray or seek me. He tempts you to place faith in yourself, in this fleeting world, in transient pursuits, rather than entrusting everything to me. Each time you relent, each time you whisper just once, you inch closer to the snare he has prepared. Yet you remain unaware, where he does not shove you outright. He simply unveils innocuous-looking paths, then subtly reels you in. My child, pause and reflect. Where do you find yourself heading? Do you notice the signals I have placed in your life? I have used countless channels, nudges to your spirit, events, dreams, people around you, to jolt you awake. But are you paying attention? Or do you keep telling yourself that you're fine, that you're in charge, that you still have time. My child, awaken. If you keep ignoring these alerts, if you turn from my voice, if you let yourself drift on this world's tides, the enemy will succeed. He will bring his plot to fruition, and you will be oblivious to how deep you have sunk. By the time you see clearly, you might already be perched at the brink, a single step from the darkness, a place you cannot escape on your own. But my child, that is not what I desire for you. That is not the outcome I ordained. I did not bring you into this world to be ensnared by the enemy's devices. I have called you out of gloom. I established your steps in the light. Do not allow the enemy to rob you of that. You must rise. You must fight. You must realize this is more than a casual test. It is a battle for your soul. My child, you cannot vanquish the enemy in your own might. You cannot outsmart him using your own intellect. You cannot wage war on something you do not fully perceive. But you do not stand alone. I am here, your fortress, your shield, your defender. If you take my hand, if you trust me, if you seek my counsel, no evil scheme can triumph over your life. My child, the hour has come to choose. You cannot simply meander through life, unaware of the spiritual conflict around you. You cannot keep living without acknowledging that light and darkness are fighting for your soul. If you do not remain steadfast, you will be swept away. If you do not remain watchful, you will be ensnared. If you do not lay your foundation in me, you will crumble when the storm breaks. Return to me, my child. Return to my word. Pray like you never have before. Let your spirit be filled with my Holy Spirit, that you might detect the enemy's wiles and stand in my power. Guard against the minor temptations that slowly lure you off track. Do not let these small steps lead you somewhere you will later regret. Remain steadfast. Seek my wisdom, my beloved child. You are not a helpless victim, an unprotected soul. You are my soldier. I have instilled in you a force the enemy cannot withstand. I have equipped you with spiritual weapons, clothed you in my armor, and anchored you in my promises. But you must walk confidently in them. You must wield the tools I have given. You cannot only know in theory that you carry power without exercising it. You cannot merely hear of my strength without stepping into it. My child, open your eyes to others who are already awake, those who have uncovered the enemy's ploys. They are waging war in prayer. They stand grounded in me. You must do likewise. You cannot idly observe. You cannot remain inert. Arise, intercede, adopt your rightful place where I have designated you, and when you do, you will see the enemy withdraw. You will see chains snap. You will see his schemes fall apart. My dearly loved child, do not postpone action until it is too late. Do not let yourself stay in ignorance. Rise, move forward in the strength I have breathed into you. Battle with unshakable faith, trusting that I am beside you, that I have secured the victory, that the enemy wields no legitimate dominion over your life. This is my charge to you, a charge of urgency, echoing in a world already in flux, in unfolding events that serve as signs you must not overlook. I do not speak to cause turmoil in your heart, but so you realize there remains a safe way, a path that brings life, a refuge amid the storm. However, this path does not belong to the timid, nor to those who waver. It is not for people who want to follow me, but insist on clinging to their old captivity. My child, the way I have mapped for you is neither effortless nor readily grasped by human vision. It demands surrender. It demands trusting me when you cannot see clearly. It demands faith, strong, unwavering faith, earnest devotion, and steadfast resolve. You must choose belief. You must purposefully place all your confidence in who I am, the constant one, the faithful one, the one who held you in my gaze from before you were even conceived. My child, I can deliver you. I can unseal the doors thought forever closed. I can do what people call impossible, but I cannot coerce you if you will not walk this way. I cannot guide you if you reject my hand. I cannot save you from the pits if you do not extend your arms for me to grip. You must choose. You must decide. You must walk forward by trust. Do you grasp this, my beloved? I can reverse what appears declared. I can nullify what the enemy believes is unstoppable. I can alter outcomes the world sees as certain. Nothing is so final that I cannot intervene. No cunning of the enemy is impervious to my power. But I need you to stand with me. I need you to attend to my voice. I need you to trust. I need you to act. My child, do not disregard this summons. Do not brush it off as chance. Do not let yourself assume there is abundant time, that tomorrow remains open, that this lacks urgency. Do not let the enemy sow deceit in your heart, telling you that you can take your own route while retaining my covering. Absolutely not. This is when you must awaken. This is when you must comprehend that I am reaching out to you right now, that I am unveiling a sanctuary for you, that I am leading you to a refuge I alone can provide. My child, I am the Lord your God. I am the one who formed you, who foresaw you, who laid out a plan for your life since the dawn of creation. I am not a remote idea nor a distant being you merely heard of. I am the Eternal One, ever watching your every movement, calling you to a richer, more purposeful life than anything you have known. But you need to believe. You must acknowledge that I hold absolute capability. You must understand that time, space, and circumstances yield to my authority, that no situation outstrips my reach. My child, scan this world. Observe the commotions unfolding. Look at the turmoil, the quick pace of events, the warnings I spoke of long ago. Do you sense it? This is not a random chain of episodes. This is not meaningless coincidence. These are indicators, wake-up calls, signs that time is almost spent, that this earth approaches an inflection point no one can forestall. But my child, amid it all, I am still summoning you. I am welcoming you into a secret place, readying you for the future. Are you prepared? My cherished child, have you ever truly weighed your daily decisions? Do you recognize that your choices affect not only you, but also numerous others? There are destinies being shaped by what you choose at this precise moment. Indeed, you are never alone. You do not exist as a solitary isle. What you decide this day can alter the destiny not only for yourself, but also for those you scarcely consider. My child, comprehend that in the spiritual sphere, nothing is random. All is interconnected. When a proclamation issues from heaven, it rarely touches one person alone, but can reverberate through a whole generation. When a single life decides to embrace the light, it does not illuminate merely that one soul, it brightens those in proximity. Likewise, when one chooses darkness, that darkness extends beyond the individual and ensnares countless others. My child, realize you are positioned exactly here, at this exact time for a reason. Know that the talents, aptitudes, and chances I have placed within you are not solely for yourself. They are meant to be a beacon, an inspiration, a pioneer's path for others. Your choice today affects not just you, but many souls awaiting transformation through you. Reflect. If you light a candle in a dark room, its glow does not remain with the candle alone. It reaches every corner. One small pebble in a still pond sends ripples across its entire surface. A single word can redirect someone's fate. A solitary act of faith can open portals that were never there before. So consider, what do you think of your own decisions? What weighs on you right now? Are you aware that this moment is not solely about you, but could unleash consequences larger than you have ever envisioned? My child, I see the people you will impact. I see the souls waiting for you to rise, the hearts longing for an example of faith, hope, and perseverance. Lives stand poised for renewal if you walk in my plan. There are souls I long to rescue through you. But if you hesitate, if you waver, if you fail to walk the path I've laid, who will miss their chance for my touch? My child, recall how frequently I sent someone at the perfect instant, when you were in dire need of counsel, relief, or a reminder. That was not by chance. It was my design. And as I have done for you, so I desire you to be an instrument of that same grace for others. But if you do not get up, if you do not respond, if you do not pursue your calling, then who will be left without the blessing I intended to deliver through you? You may view yourself as an insignificant figure in this vast universe. You might question whether your decision bears any real significance. But history demonstrates one individual in faith can change an age. One person surrendering to me can open the floodgates of grace to countless others. One soul bold enough to trust me can shake the core of the realm of darkness. Think of Moses, just an infant in a reed basket, yet through him I liberated a nation. Think of David, a simple shepherd, yet when he faced giants in my name, all Israel was freed. Think of Mary, an unassuming young woman, yet her yes paved the way for the Savior of humanity. And my child, if I could accomplish wonders through them, I can do likewise through you. Do not allow uncertainty to slow you. Do not let fear paralyze you. Do not think you must possess every detail before acting. You only need one thing: confidence in me. You only need to let me direct, and I will handle all else. I will supply your needs. I will guide your steps as you walk. I will place you in the right spot at the right time, making you the change that this world so desperately craves. Yes, my child, I am searching for those who will rise at this critical hour. I seek those who do not only think of themselves, but grieve for the entire world. Those who bow their knees for the cause of their homes, their communities, their nations. I seek the ones who will repair the breach, who refuse to watch destruction loom without offering prayer. I search for those who dare to believe in my capacity to do the miraculous, who trust that I am the God of wonders, the one who can reverse all when hearts genuinely seek me. My child, examine your life. Are you standing where I have assigned you? Are you praying not just for yourself but for souls everywhere? Are you walking in step with me, or do the passing distractions of this world divert you? Do not imagine that only spiritual leaders must carry the mantle of prayer. Do not assume you are too insignificant. No, each of my children holds a voice that heaven recognizes. Each petition made in faith can reshape the spiritual atmosphere. Each tear of repentance is cherished by me. My child, do you truly yearn for change? Do you desire restoration? Are you eager to see my mighty hand in motion? If so, start now. Bow low, pray, and pursue me with all your being. Do more than speak of change. Be involved in it. Do not simply hope for me to act. Cry out for me to do so. Do not assume another will step up. I am calling you. The world is waiting for those fearless enough to stand in my name, but I will not coerce you. I cannot choose for you. The decision is yours. You could disregard my words. You could carry on unchanged. You could chase the passing illusions of life. But if you do, you may one day realize, too late, that you missed a sacred chance to change history, to partake in the divine plan I am orchestrating. My child, decide today. Do not prolong your indecision. Do not tell yourself you have infinite time, because the events to come will not pause for you. What is recorded in heaven cannot be postponed forever. But if you pray, if you seek me, if you arise, I will act. I will pour out mercy. I will perform works you have never before witnessed. Then you will know that I am the faithful one, the Almighty, the Eternal, the one who hears his people's plea. Thus, my child, pray as though the entire outcome relies on your prayer. Seek me as though nothing matters more. Stand fast in obedience, for I am looking for willing souls. And if you answer, you will behold the magnificent things I set into motion from creation's beginning. Look at your present path, the choices on your mind, the decisions you are formulating. Are you aware that every step does not only affect you but also impacts others? If you stumble, who else falls alongside you? If you lose your way, who else suffers the aftermath? You may not see it, but certain people are watching you, pinning their faith on you, relying on you for hope. My child, I see this, and the enemy sees it too. The enemy never targets a single individual. He does not merely wish to take you down. He wants your collapse to bring others to the ground. He aims for your downfall so that you become a stumbling block to those who come after you. He yearns to ensnare you in doubt, fear, and dismay, so that those looking to you lose their own faith. When one person falters, it can trigger a chain reaction of failures. He never acts hastily, but conspires, setting pitfalls, sowing seeds of deception in your mind, biding his time until you plunge yourself over the edge. But my child, I also see it, and that is why I earnestly call you. That is why I press heavily on your spirit now. That is why I refuse to let you wander in the dark. I am pulling you away from every snare. I am exposing the truth so that you may see. I am appealing to you because you are not some negligible piece in this world. You are essential to my plan, and your actions hold more significance than you suspect. Remember, my child, you were not meant for a hollow existence. You are not a stray speck drifting aimlessly across the cosmos. You were created with intention, born at the right time and in the right generation to fulfill part of my grand scheme. You must not let the enemy rob you of that. You must not let fear grip you. You must not let his deceitful words lead you to surrender. Think, if only you realize there are people counting on you, praying you hold to your faith, hoping you will persevere, would you still walk away? If you knew your path affects others, that you could be a light to them, would you still give up? If you perceived how I plan to use you to bring transformation, to spawn faith, to bring salvation, would you let exhaustion halt you? My child, arise. This is no time to be swayed by life's storms. This is not a time for defeat. This is the time to stand strong, to summon the power I placed inside you. This is your moment to refute lies, to oppose terror, to push aside anything dragging you from the course I laid. Recall Moses as he stood by the Red Sea. The Israelites trembled, unable to see a path forward. But I did not instruct Moses to retreat. I did not tell him to find an alternate route. I did not tell him to concede. I told him to raise his staff, to trust me. And as he did, the waters parted. My child, you too are at your own Red Sea. You might see no exit, you might feel lost. But remember, there are those who look on, waiting. Remember, I have equipped you with a staff in your hand, an authority, a commission, a potency drawn from me. Remember, if you stand unwavering, placing your trust in me, you will not only traverse the waters, but you will bring countless others along into a land of promise. Do not diminish your significance, my child. Do not believe the lie that you do not matter. You do matter. You are my warrior. You are a luminary in this generation. You are the one I have chosen, not because of your flawlessness, but because I am perfect, and I am displaying my power through you. My child, survey your surroundings. Think of your family, your friends, those dear to your heart, and even those you may never have met. They might not voice it, but some of them hinge on you, waiting for you to exhibit faith, longing for you to stand firm, so that they too can discover belief. The enemy is also aware of this. He understands that if you fall, many others will be affected. Yet I also know this. And if you seize my hand, I will not permit you to be consumed by the enemy's schemes. My child, let me lead. Let me fill you with my strength. Let me accomplish in you what you cannot on your own. But you must trust. You must be steadfast. You must realize this is not solely a fight for you, but also for those around you. If you rise courageously, if you move forward in faith, you will see miracles. You will see mighty walls crumble and restraints shattered. You will see souls freed. My beloved child, open your eyes and see what I am doing. When I set out to rescue you, I do more than save you alone. I break a curse that has lingered too long, a curse the enemy has leveraged to oppress not only your life but also the generations after you. He has not aimed solely to dismantle you. He intends that chaos would extend to your descendants. But remember, my child, I am the one who breaks chains. No bond remains unbroken when I act. No command can withstand my words. No darkness can hold the soul I have marked. Do you see, my child? Your battle is not solely personal. What you confront is not just your own challenge. It is part of a grand plot the adversary has been weaving for ages. He wants not merely to defeat you, but also to hinder the generations following in your footsteps. He wants to maintain cycles of defeat, bondage, and hopelessness. He aims for future generations to inherit only agony and captivity, just as you have endured. But I have called you to stand. I have chosen you to end this destructive pattern. I have summoned you to step into victory, not only for yourself, but for everyone who will succeed you. I am the deliverer, and when I set you free, I do not rescue one life, but destroy an entrenched system that has survived too long. I demolish the invisible chains binding you, your family, and even strangers who unknowingly exist in this ruthless cycle. When I liberate you, I rewrite the script. I rewrite the fate the adversary believed unchangeable. I bring forth a fresh chapter, not merely for you, but for others who have long awaited the release only I can grant. My child, I ask, will you allow me to do it? Will you stand back, letting the enemy proceed unchallenged, letting darkness devour what rightfully belongs to you? Or will you grasp my hand, joining me to at last rewrite this tale? My child, remember, you do have agency. You can stay in dread, hesitation, or passivity. You can swallow the enemy's lies, that you are powerless, that it is too late for change. But by embracing those falsehoods, you allow yourself to be overpowered, even though I am willing to fight on your behalf. If you decide instead to take my hand, to step out in faith, to fix your trust in me instead of what your eyes see, you will witness astonishing things. You will see unimaginable doors flung open. You will see your adversary tremble as my strength obliterates his plots. My child, I did not fashion you for an ordinary life. I did not set you in this world just to pass time without purpose. I have named you a chain breaker. I have commissioned you to walk out of darkness and to show others the way to follow you. When you rise in faith, you are not merely rescuing yourself. You are charting a way for many. My child, think about it. If you choose not to hold my hand, if you hesitate, if you remain unmoved by what I can do, who else will bear the consequences? If you do not sever this curse, who remains bound? If you refuse to fight, who must struggle for another generation? My child, the time is not for vacillation. It is for standing up, acknowledging the destiny I ordained for you, telling the enemy that this cycle ends now, right here in my name. My child, do not let fear stifle you. Do not let fatigue keep you idle. Do not let old trauma persuade you of your weakness. You must recall, I did not choose you for your perfection, but because I am perfect, and I will reveal my might through you. Remember, you do not fight alone. I accompany you, fortifying you, supplying your needs. I go before you, clearing the path, but you must willfully stride forward. My child, no more waiting. Clasp my hand. Let me sever every chain that bound you. Let me rework the narrative the adversary tried to inscribe. Let me guide you to a future where darkness has no hold on you, where fear cannot reign, where future generations can thrive in freedom because of your choice at this moment. My child, know that when you say yes to obedience, when you stand resolute, when you let me lead you, it is more than you alone. It includes all the generations waiting behind you, the many souls I want to reach through your witness. Never again let this story be marred by continual ruin, but let it be a story of deliverance, renewal, and triumph. In this life, coincidences do not exist. Every circumstance, every phase, every decision molds an outcome. Your trial now is not simply a random affliction. It might stem from yesterday's choices, and the enemy is adept at capitalizing on those. He excels at twisting, at pushing you gradually so you fail to see how far you've strayed until it's late. My child, know that the enemy rarely appears with horns in plain view. He does not strike suddenly with brutality. Instead, he quietly lurks behind seemingly benign activities, sowing harmful thoughts in your heart, whispering doubts, questioning whether there is danger. He tells you it's just one more little step, that you still manage everything, that you can always turn back. But do you see his tactic? He is patient, biding his time, coaxing you slowly. He never propels you instantly into calamity. He tempts you inch by inch, making small concessions until one day you look back and see how far you have veered. My child, the enemy does not require massive deceit. He only needs you to drop your guard. He only needs you to stay so busy that you cease praying and forget to seek me. He only needs you to feel confident in yourself or transient things, forgetting I am your true fortress. He only needs to dress up his temptations as harmless opportunities to seduce you. And day by day, moment by moment, you drift from the light until you no longer perceive how to return. But my child, I come to draw you back. I come to open your eyes so you see you need not continue down that path. pause now. Weigh your steps carefully. Examine your choices. Do not permit the enemy to maneuver you to the point of no return. Do not believe that one more compromise means nothing, because that single step may be the one taking you over the edge. That small concession might unlock a chain of events you no longer control. My child, have you taken time to reflect? Have you recognized the warnings I have already given? Have you noticed the signs I laid out for you? My child, remember, I do not urge you to embrace fear, but to cultivate awareness. I do not want you trapped by worry or confusion. I want your eyes open to the ploys of the enemy. You cannot withstand the adversary if you are unaware of his strategy. You cannot oppose him if you never see him coming. That is why I speak to you today. That is why I am exposing what the enemy tries so hard to disguise. That is why I am ushering you out of the fog of his lies. My child, you were not placed here to be enslaved by these delusions. You were not created to wander in error. You were not destined to be caught in the nets the enemy has laid before you. I formed you to walk in lucidity, understanding, and true discernment of light versus darkness. You are far from helpless. You have me. You have my force. You have my counsel. But you must listen. You must submit. You must turn aside from the open doors the adversary dangles before you. My child, do not wait until all is lost. Do not remain oblivious until you fall headlong into his trap. Do not linger until everything is gone, only then to see the scope of his deception. Cease now. Call out to me to unseal your eyes. The instant you sense temptation's whispers, run to me. Do not falter. Do not delay. Do not be pulled too far before realizing the snare you are in. I am calling you, my child. Awaken. Return to me. Let me be your guide. Let me protect you from dangers you cannot predict. Do not cede authority over your story to the adversary. Do not let him write upon the pages I intended to be filled with light and grace. You are not a child of darkness or deceit. You belong to me. My precious child, listen today. Sprint to me now. Let me draw you out of the deep places that want to devour you. Let me hide you under the security of my wings, on the path I have designed for you. Do not allow the small choices of today to become the irreparable regrets of tomorrow. I do not only see your current moment, I peer beyond. I see through the haze of time, along the crossroads still before you. I know where each option leads. I see the future you cannot predict, for I saw it from eternity's vantage, and I come to alert you. The road you traverse will not culminate in peace, nor deliver the wholeness your soul craves. If you move forward without heeding my call, you will face destruction. But my child, I am the God of restoration. Regardless of your enemy's illusions, no matter how assured he is of his upper hand, he cannot exceed my dominion. I continue speaking, I continue calling, I continue reclaiming all who are willing to turn back. And today, driven by love, I send this admonition. Do not take another step before listening to me. Do not brush aside what I am saying. My child, you cannot continue without pausing to think. This is no trivial issue to be quickly dismissed. This is a defining juncture where you must decide. Will you persist in self-deception, or will you stop and heed my instruction? If you presume you can manage alone, you are mistaken. If you suppose you can sidestep the pitfalls without my direction, you have been misled. If you keep overlooking my warnings, you move perilously closer to the abyss the enemy mapped out. My child, your adversary does not want you to pause. He wants you constantly in motion, consumed by the currents of life, drowning out my voice in all the clamor. He knows if you come to a halt, if you quiet yourself, if you truly listen, you will catch sight of reality. He knows if you look closely, you will see what he has kept hidden. He knows if you follow my guidance, his intentions will be ruined. That is why he strives to keep you frantic, to misdirect you, to tell you everything is fine and not urgent. But my child, do not be fooled. Do not let him blind you to the signals I am sending. Do you think I warn you for no reason? Do you imagine I speak simply to terrify you? No, my child, I come to your rescue. I come to extract you from the path of ruin before it is sealed. I come to reorient you toward a life-giving path, so you do not wander where I never intended you to go. My child, understand this. I am the one who not only envisions your future, but has the power to transform it. The adversary might have drawn plans, but he does not hold the final word. If you heed me, if you change course, if you surrender, I will rewrite your entire journey. I will lead you away from unknown perils, planting your feet on a righteous road. My child, you need not learn the hard way, stumbling into pain, just so you'll seek me. You do not have to collapse before discovering your wrong direction. You do not need to plumb the depths of despair to discover I alone can save you. Learn to hear me now. Train your ears to my voice immediately. Do not wait for everything to crash. Do not wait for darkness to envelop you before racing back to the light. Halt today. Let me guide you. Let me illuminate your path. My child, I see you cling to your own plans, certain of what is good for you. But never forget that not all roads lead to life. Not every door that opens comes from me. Not all that looks promising is a genuine blessing. If you do not defer to me, if you do not truly seek me, if you do not await my counsel, you risk stepping into realms I never chose for you. You may open doors I never intended, and eventually you will learn that your path does not provide the tranquility you expected. But my child, behold my mercy. I do not solely caution you, I also show you a far better path. I do not only expose the dangers, I provide an escape route. If you rely on me, if you relinquish your own ways to follow the road I have charted, wonders will blossom around you. Doors you never imagined will open. You will see my protective hand intervening in pitfalls you could never avoid alone. You will see blessings overflowing as you remain obedient. My child, pay attention. Turn to me right now. Abandon the things that led you astray. Surrender your control over your life's route. Do not let pride shut out my counsel. Do not let a hardened heart rob you of the miracles I am poised to deliver. Do not let the adversary convince you that you can continue without me. My beloved child, I speak to you this very hour. Do not keep putting it off. Do not give the adversary added time to carry out his designs. Do not let him rob you of what I have entrusted to you. Rise without delay. Rend your heart before me. Seek forgiveness. Turn back and allow me to restore you. I have not come to pass judgment, but to redeem you from the unseen perils. If you respond to me, you will see the evidence of my power. You will see chains shattered. You will see the enemy's entrance sealed. You will feel genuine tranquility flood your spirit. A new pathway will unfold, one marked by life, revival, and triumph. My dear child, take careful note. What I say is not a mere reminder. It is an avenue leading to your rescue, an opportunity to enter the complete freedom I devised for you before time began. However, understand that deliverance is not automatic. It hinges on one choice. Will you change course? My child, I know certain decrees have been spoken, certain sentences passed down, certain endings that seem conclusive. I know of spiritual outcomes that appear etched in stone. But listen carefully. I am the Lord your God, holding the highest authority over everything, and no verdict stands if I issue a command to revoke it. Even when it has been proclaimed in the heavenlies, even if the enemy believes he has ensnared you, even if every indication points to a done deal, when you return, if you allow me to shepherd you, I will erase it fully. My child, remember my shelter is not something to be casually assumed. It is not a broad covering for all. It is for those who walk my roads, trust me, and heed me. I cannot shelter those who stubbornly follow their own ways. I cannot shield those who ignore my call and persist in illusions, despite my words of caution. I cannot rescue those who reject my guidance, those who fortify their hearts to my voice. My child, do you grasp this? I do not speak to unnerve you, but to awaken you. The enemy does not play. He shows no mercy. He aims to rob you of everything valuable, to destroy the destiny I bestowed on you, to blur your direction, and to steer you along his carefully contrived route of ruin. If you remain on this path without listening to me, without pausing to assess where you are headed, you will forfeit yourself to him. My child, this is the moment for a decision. No room remains for procrastination. No space for rationale or excuses. You cannot proceed in your own direction and expect my protection. You cannot hold fast to what is wrong and assume I will swiftly intervene. You cannot stand with one foot in me and the other anchored in the world. A choice awaits you. My child, reflect. If a child runs from the arms of a parent and darts into a busy road, ignoring pleas to stop, what follows is not due to a lack of parental love or a lack of desire to safeguard them. It is because the child has strayed from safety. So it is with you. I love you profoundly, desiring to protect you from every threat. But if you turn a deaf ear to my voice, if you rush into wrongdoing despite my pleas, if you keep indulging what I commanded you to shun, then I cannot forestall what befalls you. I cannot rescue a soul who will not yield to me. But my child, look, witness my unwavering devotion. I have never ceased calling you back. I have tirelessly created openings for you. I obstructed multiple schemes the enemy aimed at you. Although you were unaware, I preserved you from disasters you never saw forming. I have safeguarded you, even when you were not seeking my defense. And even now, I am providing a doorway to escape. My child, I do not wish calamity upon you. I do not want you entangled in consequences I could have prevented. I do not want you to suffer burdens that were never intended for you. Yet you must do one thing. Turn back. You must forsake your old route. You must halt and see that you cannot manage it all alone. You must humble yourself, confessing your need for me. You must let me intervene in ways you cannot. My child, if you pivot back to me, I will deliver you. If you repent, I will smash every chain. If you call upon my name, I will act in your favor. If you opt to walk with me, I will position you where evil cannot reach. But my child, do not linger too long. This opening is not eternal. That moment is now. Do not say tomorrow, for tomorrow remains uncertain. Do not assume you can delay, that you can return any time. Do not let the adversary fool you into believing you have all the time in the world. That is his most destructive lie. My child, I extend my arms to you. I set a door open in front of you. I unravel the enemy's blueprint if you choose to dwell in my safety. But you must take action. You must decide. You must choose. My child, turn back this day. Let me enfold you. Let me redeem you. Allow me to rewrite your story, exchanging the penalty awaiting you with a hope-laden future. Let me change you from your core. Come now before my altar and offer this prayer. Almighty God, open the eyes of my heart to recognize the season in which you caution me. Guard me from blindness to truth, from distractions that turn my attention from what is vital. Teach me to heed your voice and interpret your signs. I do not wish to sleepwalk in darkness, but to awaken and follow your direction. Lord God, I know the world quakes, but I do not wish to live in terror. Please grant me the boldness to stand steadfast in truth. When tribulations come, help me not to quake, but to trust in you. Steer me from straying and reinforce my faith. You are my stronghold, my fount of power. In you I stand unmovable. O Lord, rouse my spirit. Spare me from cunning lies, from being engulfed by worldly currents that blot out your voice. I desire to be mindful of heavenly signs and to condition my heart for what you reveal. Keep me alert, prepared to step into my calling so that I do not lag behind. Mighty God, shield me from every snare of the adversary. He has forged traps, twisted scenarios to pull me away, but you are the chain breaker, the one who drives him out. Conceal me beneath your wing. Preserve me from the evil one's deception. I acknowledge that only in you do I find true safety. Lord, I know I am not here by mere chance. You have singled me out, summoned me, and endowed me with purpose. Yet my heart remains weighed by unresolved issues, hurts, fears, and invisible yokes. Please come refresh me. Uproot anything that holds me captive so I may walk in the liberty of your will. Make me a new creation, prepared to follow your divine plan. Lord, I hear your invitation and do not want to reject it. If there is any hindrance in me blocking your work, remove it now. Pluck me from the wrong roads. Reauthor my life's narrative. You hold the power to annul judgments, to undo what was ordained. Enable me to trust and obey your leading. Lord, prime me for what is coming. Help me not to slump into spiritual lethargy, not to lose my way, not to be trapped by fear. You have beckoned me into a new chapter, but I need preparation. Grant me bravery, resolve, and conviction to be fully ready. I do not desire my own direction. I long to follow you. My beloved child, this message was not chance. It was appointment, a divine interruption to awaken your spirit and realign your steps. But do not let these words be forgotten. Return here often, not to hear more noise, but to hear my voice. For I will speak again, and every time you come back, I will draw you deeper, prepare you further, and lead you closer to the purpose I wrote over your life. Subscribe, not for content, but for communion. Turn on every alert, not for updates, but for divine timing. Because what comes next may be the very word that shields you, transforms you, or sends you forth as a light in the darkness. And do not keep this to yourself. Share what you have heard. Someone near you is falling asleep spiritually, and your obedience may be what pulls them back from the edge. This is your altar. This is your war room. This is your reminder that I have not forgotten you, and I will meet you here again and again and again. Be ready. Stay alert. Return often. I am waiting for you. Amen.